Alright, so we touched on this briefly in the last video, but we have to adjust the original closed won opportunity flow that we created for upsell opportunities. Because when an upsell opportunity is closed won, the behavior is slightly different for when a sales or renewal opportunity is closed won. When a sales or renewal opportunity is closed won, it generates a new renewal and links that renewal back to the original opportunity. When an upsell is closed won, we want the total amendment ARR on the base opportunity to be increased with the ARR that's coming from that upsell that got closed won, and we do not want it to generate a renewal opportunity. So in this video, we're just going to go ahead and update that original flow. And it's going to look like this diagram here, which is just showing we've added a decision tree and we're going to update the base opportunity. Now for more detail, you can click into our flow reference here, and we're going to make a flow that looks exactly like this. So if we just go to flows in setup, we'll find the original flow. It's called close won opportunity, and we need to change it so that it goes ahead and looks like this. So we're going to be adding a decision element, and to see what that looks like in detail, you just have to click into our flow element view here, and we're just going to copy this view here. So click plus, add a decision element, and we're going to call it is upsell opportunity, and this will be upsell opportunity. All conditions are met, so basically we just need to check if the triggering opportunity, so that's going to be triggering opportunity record type name. If that's equal to upsell, then we want to go down this path here. Otherwise, it's going to be a renewal or sales opportunity. Okay, so that's it for that step. Now let's move these, so you can just cut them and paste them over here, and then let's add an end element here. So this is what our flow looks like now. We need to add two more elements here. So the first one is get base opportunity. The reason for this is we need to get the original ARR, total amendment ARR, from the base opportunity that is getting amended. In case there's already an existing amendment that exists, we want to add on top of that ARR rather than just clear it and put on the new upsell ARR. So in order to do this, we need to make a get records element. So we'll call this get records, called it get base op, searching on the opportunity object, and it looks like the conditions are where the ID is equal to the triggering record amendment of. So that's what that is, and everything else here looks fine. So that's all we need. And then in this next section, we're going to make a element that updates the original opportunities amendment ARR. So I'm just going to copy this title, but we'll make a update records and paste this. Specify, so we want to update the opportunity object where the ID is equal to record amendment of, and then we're going to be updating the total amendment ARR field, and we've created a new resource here. So this is where it's going to be referencing both the base opportunity and the current upsell ARR. So we have to make a new formula here, and you just go here, click new resource, formula. It's going to be called new total amendment ARR. It'll be a currency, and then you can just copy and paste this formula here. So it's just the total amendment ARR from the base opportunity plus the ARR from this upsell that is getting added. We have to put on the namespace prefix because I'm in a Scratch org. You won't have to worry about that. Check the syntax. Okay, we're good. Now I think we're good here, so I can exit this, save it as a new version. We will activate this flow, and let's go and test this. So we have this active renewal. We already made an amendment here, and this amendment there's already $12,000 of amendment ARR on this renewal. So, or sorry, yeah, on this contract here. And the previous opportunity was only 18,000. It got renewed for 24,000. Then 3 months in, there was an amendment of 12,000 that was added on top of it. So what if we were to add another amendment onto this for another 12,000? Let's see what happens. So I'm going to create a new upsell opportunity. Call this, and we'll put it for the same dates. And we won't make it closed won just yet. Contract start date, make it 9 months. And let's just add another 12,000, and it will be the amendment of this renewal. Let's save it. Make sure that it's pointing to the right renewal. So now you can see there's 2 amendments on this. We should also link it to the proper account. Forgot to do that. Now let's see what happens when this gets closed won. Previously, if we didn't do anything, it would actually generate a renewal record, which we don't want that. We want this just to go and update the amendment ARR field, the total amendment ARR. We want this to be updated to 24,000. So let's see if it does that. So if I mark this as closed won. All right, so it looks like, oh, we've actually added this much ARR. So we've added 1,300 ARR, MRR, so that's 16,000. So let's check the renewal. Okay, so yeah, it added 16,000 on top of 12,000. So that's just another upsell that got added to this record. You can see it is related here. So if we go back to that upsell, this was just added on top of that existing renewal. And you will see this in the report. If we go to contracted ARR changes. Okay, so this is the amendment ARR, and it's made up of these 2 upsell opportunities that we created. And it looks like our flow is working correctly. We have the original sales opportunity, we have our first renewal, then we have our upsell of 12,000, which was 16,000 ARR that we just created. Then we have this $9,000 upsell, 12,000 ARR that we created in the last video. The only thing that we didn't change was this renewal amount. We could add another 16,000 to this, so that would bring this up to 52,000 annually, because that's how much is currently up for renewal. If you look at down here, so if you really want to, you could adjust the flow to update this amount as well, but it really depends on what workflow you want to set up. But that's basically it for this video and the flow automation for closed won upsells. We just did a simple flow. It looks like this. In the next video, we're actually going to build a complex screen flow to guide your users through upsells, downsells, and midterm churn. And that's going to be a pretty long video, but it's going to handle a lot of the intricacies of dates and amount fields to make sure everything's inputted correctly. And we're going to try to do it in a way that makes the most sense to the end user. But yeah, wanted to leave this video here as a prerequisite to that, to make sure your upsells are being handled correctly. And from that, we're going to go into this complex screen flow, and that will really be the end of this series for now. And we're ending with the most complex topic, which is going to be midterm downsells and churn and upsells and guiding your users through that process. So I will see you in that video. Thanks for watching.